One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bell. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will take the field first. You know, that connection between quarterback and wide receiver, Jesse, takes some time. We'll see how quickly these two guys get on the same page.
Yeah, the chemistry between he and the quarterback, I think, is what everybody's going to be looking for early in this game. Because David, obviously, having transferred in, he hasn't had a lot of time in this offense. This is his first game. It's the first time doing it with bullets flying live. So he's got a lot of talent. He's got speed, but what does that chemistry look like with a guy throwing him the football? That's what I want to see.
Well, and the good thing is you've got tape and you've seen he's done it at the college level. Like, you already know what he is. Now it's about taking that, using his strengths. How do you use him in this offense early on in the season to really take advantage of his talents?
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. You start the season top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25.
Breaks into the open. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. They get to him as he throws.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Finds his tight end. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to pass, it's Raiola. Fires to the tight end. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. They're down to the 20, first and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. The noise level is relentless here on second down. He wants to throw it again. Snagged in the middle. It's Bonner. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. The play action fake. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. This defense backed up. Goal to go, and the crowd's giving them some juice. Looking to throw on third and goal. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Touchdown, Husker! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on third down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators offense will take the field for the first time. And here it comes for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more, and there's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either.
No, it's crazy. And that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerves. Obviously, all the eyeballs in the stadium is on him. And everybody knows what he's capable of, but he's going to be the first guy to touch the football. It's going to revolve around him, and that's a lot to ask of a freshman.
That's reeled in. It's Wilson. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Handoff from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry.
There he goes. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to...
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And the point after is good. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. On the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Trying play action. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab on the big throw. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Finds a little space. Got enough for the first, and he's still going.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw in that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Off play action. The throw. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got his man on the right. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. This crowd, unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all. Turning it on! Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration, so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the 1st down.
Still running at the 40. The freshman called his own number and kept his drive moving.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida!
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders have turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Miami is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Canes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Bonner. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Leaves it with the running back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bonner. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Huskers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Hooks. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Huskers have pushed it inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a man. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point is good. So an 82-yard drive there. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. On the move, it's Davidson. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Back to pass. The catch in the middle, it's Wilson. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Steps away. Got room to work. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on 1st down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint. But does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the 1st down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. Looking downfield very late in the half. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Fires to the big fella. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. No good. And here in the 2nd quarter, we remain all knotted up. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that said, let's send it back to our guys and all those chomping hands there in the swamp.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Cornhuskers will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staff.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Just making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks the way Trev Alberts always did.
Yeah, just finding a guy that can sniff out the quarterback and kind of feel it, have those instincts. You could tell he saw it, went and got it, just like your boy Trev Alberts, Reese.
And the Gators send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. A low line drive and short kick. Hauls it in, looking for space. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They're dealing with a second and long. He'll do it himself on the draw.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Makes the grab. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake. Working the middle. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it to the right side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
It's complete. Touchdown, Nebraska. And that one will put him up here in the second half. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
On the move from inside his 5. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Lofts one high and deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. And I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Quick completion on the out. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. The RPO fired complete to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. First down for this offense. Defense in press coverage. To the air on first down. Complete to the right. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Huskers are moving quickly down the field. They're going to run it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The pull and throw off the RPO. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
That's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Breaks into the open. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And what a job by the defense. Seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
Might be looking to run. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slot.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Wide open downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. A first down for the offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Bonner. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskers!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. But getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Cincinnati is running away with this one right now. It's kind of felt like that old Bearcat has been crowd surfing all game. They're up by 17 over Boston College.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Wilson.
Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Caught near the sticks. It's Daniels. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man, I want to be the play caller. Just to have a guy at the quarterback spot that's over 100 yards now that he's chewed up. He can throw it, but he can also pull it down. He's so elusive, makes plays, really makes this offense go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Completes it in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Gators are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Gators!
Love the individual effort here by the wide receiver. After he has the ball, able to make people miss. You see the speed as he goes in for the touchdown.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Coming out with it, it's Bell. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Got it in the middle, it's Hooks. There he goes. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Got a man, it's Hooks. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. That's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback in an option offense when you got so many things you have to be accountable for, and then you got to take care of the football, right? When you do make the decision to run, right or wrong, it's your decision. Now you got to wrap that thing up. You can't fumble the football.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Motion from the back. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They'll run play action. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the 1st down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Florida! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Parker. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. Saving every precious second out of bounds with 24 ticks to go. It'll be 1st down. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Caught in the backfield, it's Hansen. Not much doing there. Just picked up a couple before going out of bounds to stop the clock. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Quick strike complete. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. And the Huskers will have it 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bonner. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. With the line of scrimmage at the 37, that will leave them with a long 54-yard field goal attempt and a chance to win the game. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these 2 teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
We'll get it started here in overtime. Rides the back on the option, the give. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They want to keep this drive alive. connection. Makes the catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a 1st and goal from the 5. 1st and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Looking for a touchdown to take the lead in overtime here on 3rd and goal. Trying to power it in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. So they'll send out the field goal team to try to take the lead here in overtime. Going right down the boulevard. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's 1st down. On the run, it's Davidson. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
How about getting that big play on the ground here in OT? Great job up front by the offensive line. This has been a long, hard-fought, physical game, but these guys look like they could play for at least another couple of quarters.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
He got it in and walked off touchdown in overtime.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still...